Hello, gorgeous human. Alina Grayson coming to you live for day one of the Power Masterclass. When you're hopping on live with me, we're here on Facebook. Say hello. And if this is your very, very first time catching me live, and if this is your first masterclass with me, let me know. Say hello. And if you're watching this on replay, hi, I want to get to know you. And of course, if you're live with me and you know me and you're one of my clients, say hello. It's good to see you. I'm so excited for this masterclass. We are going into personal power. And I really believe this is one of the most important conversations when it comes to us doing anything in our life. We need personal power, whether it's transformation, whether it's we're shifting something, everything comes down to our personal power. So this is going to be an amazing masterclass because no matter where you are in your life, whether you're looking for love, whether you're looking to overcome something, whether you're looking to quantum leap your business, whatever it is, everything comes down to your personal power. And something that I want you guys to keep in mind is we do attract who we are. And as we go through this masterclass and we speak about power and what we can attract when we are really powerful, just remember, we attract who we are, and it'll make a lot of sense. So I'm gonna just see if my comments here are working. Why is this saying logging? Okay, hello, gorgeous humans. Okay, I see you guys. I'm just going to share this into my Facebook group as well. Hello, I see my mom's live with me. All right, I think we see. Okay, we have Dominica. Hello, gorgeous. It's so good to see you. I'm just gonna see. Oh, hello, I see. There, I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, hello, Betty. I'm so happy you're here. Dominica's in the house. We got Megan in the house. Hello, hello. My mama's in the house. This Power Masterclass, again, is divine timing, isn't it all? And for those of you new in my world, I speak a lot about energetics and I speak a lot about frequency, and we really do. We attract who we are. And when we're on a certain frequency, it's kind of funny that we all start speaking the same language. We start all kind of having the same things happen for us. So I'm just going to make sure I can share this into my group. There we go. Okay, perfect. So hopefully comments work so I can have some chats with you guys, but this is going to really compound. And the best always comes near the end, and I'll tell you why. Because when we're talking about personal power, we're talking about personal power versus circumstantial power. And my ideal buyers, my ideal clients, my ideal people are people with personal power who go through the finish line. I'm not into really people who are fickle and they just come in to get something and they drop off, because I'm really here to give you guys results. And I want to walk with you. I want to be your ally. I want to be your mentor. So the longer you guys stay on till the finish line, till day two tomorrow, there's going to be some magical things coming too. And I have some awesome announcements to share as well. Okay, I need to close that. Hello, Tammy. I'm so happy you're here. Okay. So as people hop on, something that I love to do, if you've never been in a masterclass with me, is I love to do tuition draws. And so how this works is for everybody who shares, whether it's this video or you take the graphic for the Power Masterclass and you tag me anywhere on social media. Hello, hello. And you tag me anywhere on social media, you'll be put into a draw that I'm going to be doing on Monday. And this draw will be for people who are either going to win a whole free entry into a really secret course that's coming around frequency and energetics. And you'll get some 50% off, 80% off tuition credits that you can use towards some programs. And there's something launching on Sunday. And of all the programs and things I create, this is the one that is the most life-changing and the most important one for females. I cannot wait to show you guys the graphic. It's probably my favorite graphic of all time and my favorite conversations. And we're going to start talking about these things. Hello, Jackie. I'm so happy that you're here. So I'll remind you guys again, if you share, there'll be a tuition draw, and I'll let you guys know what time it is, but Monday will probably be the deadline by like 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll go live around 1 o'clock on Monday, and I'll do a tuition draw. So the first thing I want to start with, as we wait for people to hop on, is have you guys contemplated, and I've been writing about this in my post, but have you really contemplated, like, why are we here? Like, why would God, universe, source, put this species on Earth that could create so many things? Like, we are the only species on the planet that can create architecture, art, literature, music, different languages, technology, fashion, medicine, music. Like, why are we here? Because we're here to create. And whether you're religious or not, I am very spiritual. I'm also religious. And things that always stuck out to me is like, we are made in the image of God. We are all also, science has proven, obviously, we are all created of the same thing. Everything broken down on this planet is vibrating atoms and molecules and quarks and things like that, but we're all energy. And so what I really believe is there's two parts of us in our life. There's two parts of us in this body, okay? There is our soul and then there's the human. Okay? And I really believe that our soul chose to come to planet Earth to have this human experience, to have a human experience in creating and feeling and experiencing things with our senses. This is what I really believe is going on. And you can have your own contemplations around this, but I really believe the human experience is like we came to feel things, we came to create things made in the image of God. And so I like to look at our life as like we have this human version of us that has all these emotions and senses. And then there's the soul. And then there's the soul that is limitless, that is connected to God, universe, source. Although we forget a lot of times that there's this part of us because we get really into the human world and we do forget a lot of things. But we have this meat suit, the human. And then there's this soul that is limitless, that comes with desires and the purpose and is connected to universal intelligence and God. And our soul has these desires to create, desires to experience all kinds of things on earth side. But we forget we have two of us. We forget that the soul is connected to God and the universe. And we think that all there is this human with all these emotions that has all these waves up and down, right? The human is the meat suit, and it's the vessel that really carries our soul. And our soul chose this human body that you have, and it chose you chose your parents to create and to have the experiences and to fulfill the purpose that you're meant to fulfill on this human plane. Okay. And so a lot of people ask, like, why can't we just have everything if we're made in the image of God? Because we asked for free will. We asked God, we want to go create things with our thoughts and our emotions and our frequencies and our actions. And so the reason that we're not just given everything is because we're meant to go on this quest as a human and to let our soul pursue its desires and all the things on our heart, to discover all these codes and keys to unlock doors and experiences that we are longing for. And it really would make no sense, guys, if we just became this human that had a magic wand and every time we wanted something, it was like, boop, there it is. It would make no sense. We wouldn't even understand what joy and bliss was or celebration if we didn't have the contrast. I really believe the reason that we don't have certain things or there's obstacles that we have is because we're meant to go on this quest. The soul is here to really like, let's go with this human body and let's go crack some codes to doors, right? And this is why we are not given everything because we're meant to go on this adventure, this quest, this journey. You know, for some of you, it's like, oh, I want to have financial freedom. So you're going to go on a quest to unlock money codes. Some of you are like, I want the freedom code. And so you go on this quest to unlock freedom, influence, visibility. Some of you are like, oh, I want the family life. I want the greatest love affair of my life. I want the dream body, the health, the financial freedom, whatever desires you have, they're put on your heart for a reason. And you're supposed to take this human meat suit and you got to go on a quest. This is why the graphic has a door, right? And it's all about going on this quest and letting our soul pursue the things that it wants to unlock and enter different doors and experiences and realities. Even the obstacles that we have, we're meant to learn how to crack those codes to shift into the next version of ourselves, into another level of our ascension. And so what's required for us to go on a quest with this human meat suit that we have and let the soul go out to go on this quest. But what is really, 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 really required is personal power. If there's any kind of freedom that you want in your life, you got to give it to yourself. And this is because there's no one that can do it for you except you. Really, I really always say this to my clients, but this whole life is about you and your relationship with you and your relationship with God, universe, source, whatever it is that you connect to. But this is what this is about. And you have everything in you to go and do that, to crack any codes that you want. But we forget this. So this is sometimes why there's always this loop that people get stuck in, right? It's like either I need a hero or I'm a victim and there's a villain. It's like we don't need any of that. It's you and God and your soul on this quest cracking codes. And personal power is the gateway to crack codes because we hold the keys to the kingdom. It takes personal power to change your life. It takes personal power to go on a quest, to learn new skills, to crack new codes, to overcome yourself, to experience the things that your soul is desiring to experience. Some doors are easy to unlock. You calibrate, you attune to people's frequencies, you want something, and there it is. Like you're ready, you're a match for it. And there are some things that come with tests. There are some things where there's a lot of obstacles, because a lot of this is manifesting who we're supposed to become to have the things that we want, especially for those of you who are like, I have big dreams, I have big desires. But it takes personal power. And there are going to be tests and there are going to be things that are going to come up, but they're not a reason to quit. Often people will say, like, I asked for this thing and then this horrible thing happened. Like, obviously, it's just not meant for me. Every time I do a thing, then I get an obstacle. But the obstacle, the like thing in your way that you think is stopping you, it's the opportunity. It's the opportunity to lean into your personal power and it's the opportunity for you to prove it. Because a lot of the things the doors that you're unlocking, they require you to become something. So there is tests, there are challenges, but the whole human experience is about challenges because, hello, we're humans. There's things that happen. We're not just alone on this human earth. We are very much impacted by the collective. And I love that we're having this conversation because I think the world is very wobbly right now. People are wobbling in their mind and they're forgetting their mission, they're forgetting their quest. So it's going to be good to have this conversation to bring us back. But there are obstacles that you are going to have. There are tests. There are things you have to prove. And so it's always a question of like, how much more can you lean into your personal power and stay in your all inness? The more personal power that we have, the more codes we unlock, the more freedom we experience, the more creativity we get to express in the world. Our soul is limitless. We forget that though. We forget that we're even connected to God and the universe. And I have this most amazing analogy that I channeled this morning to share with you guys tomorrow about this. It's going to make everything make sense, like on a whole new level. But your soul is constantly saying to you, go for it. Hire the coach, join this thing, launch the thing, leave this partner, tell that person you love them. And every time your soul is like, I'm meant for more, you have this resistance. That's the human part of us. The human has a lot of emotions. The human has fears. The human says, yeah, but what if? What if dot 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 happens? And your soul is like, but you're made for this. God's got your back. Take the leap. Go learn. Go learn a new code. Unlock a new door. You're meant for more. But the human has so much resistance. And the human is very scared of the unknown, and the human is very scared to fail because there's a big ego that comes with the human. It's like, what if people think I'm this? And what if I look bad? And what if I get judged? Your soul is like, forget about that. That's not what you're here for. But this is the thing, is like, even in school, no one's teaching emotional intelligence. No one's teaching us personal power. And so we think the resistance and the fear are signs. We think that it's like a no-no, it's not good for us. And so this is what most people do. And I've been writing posts about it. A lot of you guys are like, oh my God, this is so landing for me. But whenever the resistance gets really heavy in our human body, we start to numb and then we stay small. We try to like numb out the soul. It's like, be quiet, be quiet. This is scary. And the saddest thing that I've realized everywhere I look around in the whole world, and I used to be this way. Everything I talk about, if you ever feel triggered by the things that I talk about, I just want you to know, talking about myself too. This is the new version of myself. I constantly keep cracking new codes. So the saddest thing that I've realized, hello, Daniela. I'm so happy that you're here. Okay, hopefully comments keep working, but I will catch you guys. Hello, Raven. Hello, Aaron. So happy that you're here. Thank you for tagging. Hello, gorgeous humans. If I don't say hi, I'm in the zone here. But the saddest thing I've really realized, guys, is most of the population is numbing out. Every single human numbs to some point, right? When you are trying to take the edge off something and you grab the wine or the smoke, or I'm just going to scroll on social media and watch reels, it's numbing. But numbing does a lot of things to your frequency. It actually closes it off. But to some degree, everyone numbs. And then there are people who take the edge off and start like compulsively numbing, right? So porn, addiction, like it leads into addiction, right? There's gossiping, there's celebrity worship. If you're scrolling, binging TV, drinking a lot, getting high a lot, like this is where addictions get created. Hello, Theodora. I'm so happy that you're here. But this is how addictions get created because there's taking the edge off, but then there's compulsive numbing constantly. And this is what's happening is when people are not working on their emotional intelligence, they're not working on their personal power, they're not doing frequency work, which is two different things between emotional intelligence and frequency, but they just keep chasing that, like, I'm trying to numb out my soul. I have feelings that I don't want to deal with because no one taught me emotional intelligence. No one told me there's going to be waves. There's going to be up and down. No one teaches us in school this, right? So then we constantly keep chasing good feelings and we keep chasing those little highs, right? It's to distract us. We're escaping from emotions. We're escaping from our soul that's like, I want more. And it's like, shh, 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 it's scary. No, shh, shh, shh. So we start numbing and we start numbing, and then people become addicted to things because when they're not chasing the good feelings and the highs, and no one's teaching them the kind of work that I'm going to talk to you guys about today, this is why there's so many addictions. This is why so many people are constantly numbing out. And it's really sad. And I've seen a lot of this in my life, and it's affected in my family. And it just gives you a temporary good feeling, but because people don't want to face their emotions. They think that they might get stuck there forever. People manifestation keep preaching, you need to be high vibe. No, that's not true at all. And I'll get into that later. But we really got to learn emotional intelligence. We have to learn how to face our emotions. And we have to also understand there's a difference between emotions and frequency. And these are two different things. Emotional intelligence is so important. Frequency work is so important. Identity work is so important. Personal power, the no matter what I'm feeling, no matter what's happening, I keep going after it. And I really do believe like frequency work and emotional intelligence are like the gateway to addictions and all kinds of numbing that people are doing. And there's a lot of people too, you'll be shocked that they think that like I'm coping, I'm taking a goddess bath. I mean, really now they're trying to numb out with pleasure and then they don't even know what real pleasure feels like anymore. There's numbing out is not coping. So this is why also a lot of people often say, I'm doing all the things and I'm like, everyone is scared of getting triggered by the problem that is triggers actually meant to be faced. Absolutely. Right. And then people are wondering like, why am I not manifesting things? Because I'm going to tell you something. Like, if you can imagine, if you guys sure have heard that you have an aura, you do have this aura. I like to call it your frequency field. This is your frequency. And what numbing does, it actually shrinks your frequency. And so you're trying to like open yourself up to like receiving all kinds of magic, but you're numbing out and you're, drinking, smoking, doing all these things, your frequency field gets smaller and it shrinks. And a lot of us close it off. And we think that like, oh, if I'm just high vibe, like I'll still manifest. It's like, no, 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 no. And so we got to start also learning. This is something that I'm going to start bringing into Goddess Code, my program that used to be all about emotional intelligence and feminine energetics, but now I'm moving into frequency work because I realized this is another gateway to us really ascending and manifesting. And so I can't wait to share for those of you that are coming into that. But even people who think they're coping, they're just a lot of what they're doing is just numbing out, numbing out, numbing out. And then it gets super compulsive and it's not coping. And it's like we got to face our feelings, we got to face our triggers. We have to also understand that emotions pass unless you keep trapping them and closing your frequency, right? And but the biggest thing people are doing too is it's not even that they're avoiding their emotions. A lot of people are ignoring their soul. Your soul is constantly telling you like quit this job, leave this person, do the thing, like you're meant for more, you're meant to do big things, but then there's the fear, there's the resistance, and I don't know how to do the skills, but that's why the human is supposed to go on a quest because no one's just given things. And if you really listen to people who are legends in this world, they weren't given everything. They went on a quest with their human meat suit and they cracked codes and opened new doorways. right? And if you keep numbing out, you keep asking for things, God universe is like your doors are closed, like you're closed because you keep closing up your frequency. Every time you numb out to avoid a feeling, every time you numb out your soul, you're closing off your frequency field. Your aura gets really small and it shrinks. Playing small shrinks your frequency. Self-hate shrinks your frequency. Numbing out shrinks your frequency. So your soul has such a powerful connection to God and the universe, and it gets an idea and you get excited about it, but then you push it away because it's like, but I don't know how, and it's scary instead of taking action towards it. And then so what you're also doing when you're numbing out and not listening to your soul, you're like literally keeping your soul trapped. And this is what makes a lot of people feel empty. And then this is why we keep getting back into this like, I keep shutting down my soul because there's so much resistance. Then it makes me feel empty. Then I feel bitter, dissatisfied, angry. So let me go fill this hole that I feel with some more food and TV and wine and all the things just to fill it up. The hole you feel inside is because you're not willing to let your soul go pursue its calling, pursue its the doors it wants to unlock, chasing your dreams. And it's this vicious loop that people get stuck in. Your soul wants more. The human has fears. Of course, the human has fears. The human, even the human brain, that's not your intuition. Your intuition does not come from your mind. Your mind is a program. And the human brain hasn't even evolved to the fact that like people are still afraid of something bad happening, like a saber-toothed tiger is going to come after them because our brain hasn't evolved. But it's like the human, it gets stuck in all these fears and it just keeps numbing out, numbing out, numbing out. And this is why I think a lot of people are depressed. I don't think it's a chemical imbalance. It's a feeling of emptiness because you're constantly denying your soul from going after its calling and its dreams and the things that you're meant to do on this planet. And your intuition, it's like God's whispers, go for it. You're limitless. I got your back. Just trust. Don't worry about the how. Just go do the damn thing. Stop playing small. Stop settling. Stop numbing out. You're closing your frequency. God's trying to send you things and you're closing it off. Numb, 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 numb. Hey, love. Hello, Cynthia. I've been listening from the bike on the way to truck. So good. I'm so happy. This is going to land big time as we get deeper into this. So every time you numb out, every time you play small, every time you're like, the fears, you're closing your frequency field, you're trapping your soul, and then you feel empty, and then you keep numbing out. And people waste their whole life numbing out. Their whole life. This is why like 99% of old people on their deathbed are like, I regret not going for it. I regret playing small my whole life. Because like this is the thing, you're not bringing money materials when you die. You're bringing your memories. And I hope that you make that little old lady, old man so happy for going after things. But that emptiness that people feel, that depression, that's not a chemical imbalance. It's you denying your soul. It's you not chasing the things. And then at the same time, you're like, God, universe, I want freedom. I want abundance. I want pleasure, joy, all the things. But God's like, I can't. Your frequency field is closed. You're numbed out. You are not open at all to receiving. It's the same thing with emotions. And this is Katie Bryan's work or Louise Hay, I think. But like, if you numb out one emotion, so it's like you don't like feeling angry or sad, so you're trying to numb it out, you put up a wall to all emotions. Bliss can't come in, joy can't come in, pleasure can't come in. You numb one emotion, you numb them all, and you have all these walls up and your frequency is super small and your soul is constricted, and then we're wondering, why am I depressed, dissatisfied, empty? Oh, let me just keep chasing a high, something else to give me a lift because I don't want to face the fact that I'm trapping my soul and closing my frequency field. We lock the doors to things that we're wanting to receive because we're numbing out all the time, and then it leads to a lot of addictions, and a lot of people suffer from a lot of addictions. So personal power is being very well versed in emotional intelligence, is understanding emotions, is understanding how to process them, and understanding frequency, because they're two different things. And for us also to shift into new realities, for us to unlock new codes, like personal power is also the willingness to be brave, to make leaps of faith, to go unlock things, to go try things out, to go experiment, to go on this quest, and then going through tests and things and being open to receiving and still experiencing bad feelings, and the hard duality, but continue to walk, because there's two types of powers that you can have on the planet. You can have personal power or you can have circumstantial power. Circumstantial power which is what most people have on this planet, are like, I'll do the things if they're easy, and as long as it's like the circumstances are perfect and I slept great and I feel good, then I'll do what I gotta do. When I got a good sleep and I feel good and I have a great hair day, I'll go live. I'll believe no matter what. But when circumstances are bad and there's a test and there's duality and I'm having a bad hair day and I didn't sleep and I don't feel good, I no longer show up for my dreams and I no longer believe and I no longer have faith. And so we fall out of alignment with the things that we want. And again, we shrink our frequency field. When we say, and then we say things like, oh, it must be a sign. It must be a sign. I just made this declaration. I did all this gratitude manifestation the other day. I put crystals in my bra and I jumped up and down. I put sun on my face. And then I got the opposite. So it's obviously just not the right time. Maybe God's sending me a sign another time. I just got too busy. When it's like, hello, or we say even worse, I'm not worthy. I'm not deserving. And then we move completely out of alignment with the thing that we're trying to call in, and we close up our frequency field. And the truth is, guys, the duality, the hard stuff, the tests are the opportunities for you to prove it. And they're the opportunities for you to step more into your personal power. I cried my eyes out this morning. There's so many bad things that happen. I don't know why I keep saying, of course, of course. It's like, and I talk to my clients about this. It's like the moment you teach about something, you get tested. So I had a hard test and I'm on my verge to get my moon. So I'm like, but I led myself and I'm here because it's the test. It's like, I prove it. If I'm asking God, universe, send me people to be a mentor for, an ally, I asked to be a bridge for people to cross. God's like, I got to test you because if you're going to lead people across this bridge, I got to test you. So many people would be a match for more success if they understood this. I know. Even our kids, could you imagine, guys? I think about this all the time. I'm manifesting the Alina channel or whatever. Maybe all of you guys are going to be on it, but we're going to have a channel that's 24/7 and it's going to be all about empowerment and teaching the things they don't teach us in school, right? Always happens. I know, right? But we don't get taught this stuff. We don't talk about personal power. We don't talk about identity work, emotional intelligence, frequency work. And it's like, this is what the human is made of. This is the stuff we have to overcome. But so your circumstances, you asked for something and you got something hard, that's the opportunity. God, universe is like, lean into your personal power, prove it, lead yourself through it. This is the test. You're asking for big things. We got to get you ready. Aaron says, yes, this would be an amazing idea, right? Because it's like everywhere you plug into something, it's like impending doom and lots of brainwashing on the TV, right? Don't watch the news, kids. Listen to 24/7 Empowerment, Alina's channel. Maybe that's what we'll start. So this is the thing. People who know they have personal power, I have a lot of personal power. They don't give up when circumstances are hard. And it's not even about action. It's about, we also don't give up on having faith and believing, because that's part of personal power. It's also your beliefs and having faith without evidence. Hello, Rebecca. I'm so happy you're here. Personal power is I do what I got to do no matter what the circumstances are. And I have faith without evidence. And I trust no matter what that God's got my back and whatever happens is meant for me because it's part of the test. It's part of the thing that I'm supposed to become. So I trust no matter what and I believe no matter what and I go through the pain. And I wrote a post about this too. Like I'm not a healer. I'm very trauma informed. I breathwork everything. I sit with clients, we cry, we process, but then we're like, now what? Because I'm an activator. I push you through your limits like a personal trainer. Like imagine having a personal training every time you're like, my muscle hurts after the third rep. And I come and put a band-aid on it. It's okay. It's okay. That doesn't help you evolve. The trainer's like, keep going, go through the pain. This is the only way we grow the muscle. I'm an activator. And if you're into human design, I'm a 6 line, so that's what I am. And if you're a 5 line watching this, that's what you are. We're not here like coddling people, being the mother. We're here pushing people through their limits. So I want to help you go through the pain because that's how we grow strong muscles. This is how we cultivate our personal power. And remember, we attract who we are. If you are a circumstantial person, you will always attract people who only invest in you, will only do things with you if circumstances are perfect. But alignment to our dreams is no matter, I trust, I have faith, and I show up and do what I got to do unless I'm like literally puking my guts off. You know what I mean? Unless I'm really sick and there's death. Those are the only circumstances. Otherwise, you show up. I believe and I keep my frequency field open and I continue to take action no matter what's happening. And I trust and God's got my back. This is personal power. And great things come to those with personal power. Especially for those of you, and I know I attract a lot of coaches and mentors and leaders. If you're going to be a bridge for someone, to cross, you gotta be so strong in your personal power. Can't wait to be a co-producer on his channel. Yeah, all of us are gonna be on the channel. Let's go, let's go. God is limitless and we're all made in the image of God. Aren't we all limitless? Absolutely. The only thing that gets in the way is the human. The human's got emotions. The human has people. The human also, like this is the thing why I'm gonna be talking a lot about frequency work in my work, but also we do get impacted by the collective. And you guys know this. Some of you guys are in the personal development and you're like walking on cloud nine, and then you hang out with some of your family members and it's like, what's going on? What? And then you feel like you could feel your frequency shrink, 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 shrink. And it's like, oh my God, get me back. Get me back. So good things, great things come to those who have a lot of personal power. And if you're a bridge, you're a leader, how can God universe send people to you if you are wobbly in your power? Money, influence, impact, visibility. People are drawn to people of power. It's an energetic, it's a frequency. I've grown my business through everything. Like I started this business and then 4 months later it was like the pandemic, okay? And I grew this business with like 2 little girls and so much debt and all the things. And I continue to show up no matter what. And people are drawn to my work. And not once have I ever sold to someone or pushed someone or used any fear tactics because I have personal power. It's a frequency. We can feel people who are strong. We can feel the people that we know they ain't going nowhere. They're a strong bridge. And God keeps sending me people because they're like, I'm watching. That's why I say, like, imagine God was a fly on the wall, the universe is a fly on the wall. Like, that's why the people keep coming. The more personal power you have, the more you grow as a person. The more money comes your way, the more people are a match, power, opportunities. Like, if you desire more money, more clients, more influence, but you're scared of, like, oh my God, what if something bad happens? You change your frequency. And so the people that are brave and ready to walk with you can't find you because you just closed your frequency, because you're getting stuck in the human. And then God is like, you're wobbly, can't send you people, work on your personal power. The more you work on your personal power, the more people find you. And it's a frequency thing. There is no chasing. Plus, why would you chase if you trust that you're supported? So a lot of people, they have this like sugar addiction in their life, you know, in their manifestations and in their own transformation. It's like, I'll do it, I'll go for it, I'll have faith and I'll believe as long as it's easy, as long as it's sweet, as long as it's fun, as long as it's comfortable, I'm in, totally. You know, I want a transformation, Alina. I want to have influence and money and I want the love code. I want to have a love affair like you and Adam. I want to learn all this stuff. But then they have these sugar addictions in their own transformation where it's like, I'll only do it if it's easy, if it's sweet, if it's fun, if it's on my timeline. Okay, like, hey, Alina, if this self-development program, Goddess Code, is fun and the breakthrough is easy and it's painless and it happens like right away, I'll do it. That's circumstantial power. You got a sugar addiction in your own transformation. This is why people keep spinning their wheels. I want more. I want lots of money. I want all the things. And then they keep getting tests. People who get tested a lot, like all the time, you're asking for things and stuff's always coming up for you is because you have a lot of sugar addictions in your life. There's a lot of circumstantial power. And so you get tested even more. And I'll tell you, like, yes, I still get tested, but definitely not as much as before when I used to only be willing to do things that were easy. Like now I get tested more on like, oh, you want to teach people this? Let me just throw this little thing your way, Alina, like this morning. And I'm like, why? But of course, right? But here I am, recalibrated, let's go. But people get tested a lot. Like every time you ask for something, you get constant tests, constant tests. It's like, you got a sugar addiction in your transformation. And God is saying to you, like, prove it. You want a lot of power, influence, money, all the things. There's duality. Because here's the thing. More, if you think about more of something, more pleasure, more money, more influence, more visibility, more clients comes with more responsibility, more expectations, more flip side duality of that. Like every desire comes with more, and that's good and bad. Are you still in? Everything comes with a flip side. That's why we have polarity in the world and we need that. But are you still in? Because if you can't handle, I want more clients, but I don't want more responsibility. I want more money, but I don't want more complex, like more decisions to make, more things to do. It's like, then you might as well just stay in the fantasy of your mind. And you can do that. Some people will live their whole life just fantasizing things and they'll never self-actualize and they'll never go after things. And so you might as well stay there because if you're afraid of more of something, then just daydream for the rest of your life. And that's okay. We have people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the other reason is like if you have blocks and you're asking for things, and this is the work that I do deep, deep, deep with my one-on-one clients. And they're like, and this is the thing is like, they're telling me like, I'm doing all the things. I did a master class. I'm posting every day. I'm responding. I'm manifesting. I put crystals in my bra. I jumped around on my rebounder today. Like I'm doing it all and I'm doing everything. Are you though? Because there's an energetic block. And I guarantee there's something that you're not willing to feel. There's something that you're not willing to experience. There's something you're still not willing to do. And here's the other thing. When it comes back to circumstantial power, consciously or unconsciously, people do often, when they're desiring something, put it on a pedestal, right? So people put money and love and marriage, a healthy body, visibility on a pedestal. They say things like, if I just crack the money code, if I just crack the like the health code, Alina, or if I just crack the love code and I get the relationship, I'll be perfect and happy for the rest of my life. Do not do that. And I really do believe the reason we're putting things on a pedestal, and I had this conversation with one of my friends a couple weeks ago, is because I think for us women, we watched way too many Disney movies and too many happily ever after movies where we're like programmed to think that like, oh, as soon as you find, the dream person and you have all the money in the world, your life will be easy and perfect. That is such a bunch of crap. And so people unconsciously and consciously actually think that if they get the one thing that they really want, whether it's the money or whether it's the relationship, they'll be happy and it'll be perfect and life will be easy. And that is the biggest reason why you're not manifesting the thing that you want. Because God universe is like, hello, even a lot of money comes with complexities and responsibilities. The greatest love of your affair still comes with pain. And so if you put this on a pedestal and you're not willing to deal with the duality, I cannot send you those people. You can't desire things because you think that your life is going to be easier and perfect just because you have all the money and love and the visibility. Yep, that toxic TV nonsense. Yeah, it's like, but it's funny, right? Every Disney movie is like they get married and then what? They're just happily ever after. So that's why the people are brainwashed to think that. But then God universe can't send you that stuff because it's like, isn't that kind of torture for someone to be manifested for you, the love of your life? If they're going to be the sole reason now your life is going to be perfect and easy, like newsflash, okay? That's not why we get married. It's like it would be like saying like if I just get married, life will be easy. If I just get the thing, it's like saying if I have a baby, my life is going to be easy. Like, that's why you're not manifesting it. It's like, I desire to have kids, so my life is easy and perfect. I desire, like, it's like, I want more money, so my life is easy. I want to get married, so then my life is easy and perfect. If I only had more followers. But that's why it doesn't come. Because God universe is like, you're putting this on a pedestal and you're going to be very disappointed because even the greatest relationship comes with pain. Who has a kid here? Okay. I'm sure even like most of us are like, I'm gonna have a baby. I don't think my life is gonna be perfect. It's gonna come with hard stuff, right? They don't want to show up for the truths. Yeah, and that's why I don't think they get sent this stuff because it's like you are gonna get smacked in the face hard, right? Like none of us who have babies knew that now our life is gonna be easy and perfect. And like, what if your kid has a thing like a learning disability or something like that? And so the people who are like, I just want a baby because then my life will be easy and they'll be perfect. Just want a baby, just want a baby. And it's like, it's not gonna come because you're putting on a pedestal. Me, 5 kids, yeah. And I'm not saying, like you manifest more of something incredible, it's going to come with pain, but there's always duality. You guys know this, but we forget about this and we put it on a pedestal. Like money is one of those things people put on a pedestal all the time. Does more money equal more freedom? Yes, but does it also equal more expectations, more projections, more responsibility? And those are the energetic blocks that we don't think about, and that's the stuff that blocks us, you know? And so what kind of pressure, and if you wanted, like, let's say you want to manifest the love of your life and you think that's going to make your life perfect, it's like, is that fair to a person? Could you imagine manifesting someone and now like all that pressure that like this person's going to be the source of your perfect life and ease? Like, that's not even fair. All right, that's it. Time to make a realistic move. It's a huge hit or no one want to watch it. Yep, it doesn't get easy. We get better at navigating. We stretch our capacity. Absolutely. But it would be torture for someone to be sent your way if they're going to be the source of, your ease and your perfect life. Like everything comes with duality. This is why we have to have conversations about emotional intelligence. It's up and down, okay? This is life. If you have kids, like you were pregnant, you were like, my life's not going to be easy and perfect, but I'm going to manage this. There's going to be challenges, but I got this. I'm meant for this. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to grow. More money doesn't make your life perfect and easy. So if there's things you're asking, you're not realizing it, could you possibly be putting things on a pedestal thinking, if I just get this thing, my life would be easy, perfect? Because that's why it's not coming. When you say, I want more of anything, more comes with good and bad. Are you still in? Contemplate this today. Like, really look at the things you're manifesting. If you have a desire list or a vision board, really look at it and be like, which one of these things am I really putting on a pedestal? Thinking if I have this thing, life will be easy, perfect, and effortless, and I'll always be happy. Because that's why the things are not coming. God's like, yo, work on your personal power, your emotional intelligence, learn duality, learn frequency work, hire Alina. There's going to be some challenges. There will be discomfort, some pain. And I don't want to hurt you by giving you this thing and then you're mad about it. Like it's just, this is what it is. So really look at it because we don't look at this stuff. And I work in the frequency of energetics because it's not the strategy, guys. It's always something energetically that we're like not willing to feel. We're putting things on a pedestal. This is why we got to do the frequency work, the personal power work. Big things come to those of personal power who are sturdy, fully in, all in. So, money, influence, visibility, like greatest marriages on the planet, they go where the personal power is, the all inness, whether it's hard, whether it's, like painful, I'm all in, I'm committed. And like, who wants to marry you if like you're putting an expectation to be perfect? It's just not going to work. And on Sunday, I am going to be launching the 8th edition of Goddess Code. And we are going into feminine power, manifestation, energetics, and frequency work, which I'm so excited because it's going to be a completely new round. If anybody's done Goddess Code, some of you done it like 7 times in a row, this is going to be a whole new body of work, and it comes with a mastermind this round. If you're alumni, this will be your last year to get in for alumni, but also stay tuned for those of you watching. I'm going to put a half off pre-sale price for, I think, $388. Once in a lifetime opportunity to do Goddess Code, but it'll expire on Sunday before I launch the branding, and then the price will go up to $777 and so on. It's a mastermind. It's 6 weeks long, but it's a whole full program plus mastermind and a whole new body of work. And I'm so excited because, guys, the inner game is everything. Like inner game, your energetics, your personal power, your emotional intelligence, like frequency work. This is what is needed to be done for us to manifest what we want. It's not what we do. It's not what we say. It's like who we're being. It's the kind of person. It's the kind of strong core that we have, right? Like you want a strong backbone, work on your core, work on your emotional strength, work on your frequency, and then learn to trust and have faith because God universe does support you unless you're constantly in the masculine. Go, 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 go. Oh, I'm in. Yeah. This is going to be out of this world amazing. I have a whole new body of work coming and I'm really excited. So if you're alumni, reach out. This will be the last year I'm going to be doing it. So that price is for you guys. And then $388 for anyone who wants to do Goddess Code, 6-week program with a mastermind. And it's going to be out as well. So many times people come into my mentorship and they're always looking for strategies. If anybody's a coach here who works energetics, you know what I'm talking about. They come in for the strategies. They're just like, how do I get more followers? How do I get more clients? How do I get more money, visibility? What do I need to do, Alina? Because I'm doing everything, I'm posting every day, and it's not working. It's not the strategy. It's not what you're actually doing. It's your energetics, it's your frequency, it's your power. It's your ability to have trust and faith. And in the context of this whole mini course here that we're doing here, this masterclass, like you could do everything right. You could post every day. You can look charismatic. You could sound perfect. But if there's a frequency thing off, if your energetics are off, if you have a block around something that you're not willing to do, willing to be seen in, or willing to feel, you're not energetically all in. People think they're all in, but you're not energetically all in if there's something you're scared to feel. And this is a big, big thing about personal power, because personal power is energetically, I'm all in. No matter what comes my way, I'm all in. No matter if I get shamed, no matter if there's responsibility, expectations, projections, I am all in energetically. Personal power is my frequency door is open. Like I am ready to receive anything, good and bad, in order to have this desire of my heart. I'm willing to be seen and feel anything that comes with this receiving of this desire. I can handle it because I was born for this. This is personal power. But if you say, I'm all in, Alina, I'm all in, but like there's just one thing, and you might not even know what it is unconsciously. So why mentorship is powerful, because sometimes we don't know what our blocks are. But if you're like, I'm all in, it's just this one thing. Like I just don't want like my ex-husband to like see me making money, or I don't want my current partner to know this. You got to ask yourself, and you can contemplate this today. What's the one thing that you're not willing to do to have your desire, willing to experience, or willing to feel? Hello, Elizabeth. I'm so happy you're here. Mwah. Me, the inner game. Yes, I'm so happy. What's the one thing you're not willing to do, experience, or feel? What's the one thing that, like, when you think about your desire of your heart, is there one thing that you're not willing to do, willing to feel, willing to experience, or have someone find out? Is there any, I want this, yeah, but not that, just that, just this one thing, Alina, just not, I won't go live, I won't, I don't want to make this amount of money because then my partner might expect me to pay for things. What's the one thing? Because no matter what is personal power. People say they're all in, but energetically, they're not all in. You could be consistent all day long. You could be consistent in the gym, consistent on your social media, but energetically, if you're not all in, like God, universe, whatever comes my way, I'm all in. If you're avoiding anything, this is the energetic block. I feel like at this point, I'm willing to feel and just do about anything. Yes, Megan. Yes, 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 yes. So you're saying to God, like, I'm open, my doors are open, just not this thing. And so you close the doors. God, universe doesn't want to send you things that are just going to make you, turn into a puddle of, an ice cream on an odd day, just melted. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of failing, being judged, expectations, responsibilities? Are you afraid of like too much money, not being able to handle it? What if my partner wants me to do blah, blah, blah? What if this person sees me, what I'm doing, and they start, what if my past life comes back? Is there fear around like, oh my God, do you even also like, just think about this. Do any of you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, are like, I'm all in on this launch. I believe people, I believe in their power, and da 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 da. But if it doesn't work, I'm probably gonna have to get a job. If that even comes up, you're not energetically all in. This is the hardest stuff, guys. This is why I'm bringing frequency work, because I realize it's not just emotional intelligence. It's our frequency that takes us out of the game. So even if you're like, oh my God, I might have to get a job, or like I don't want to go live on my personal page, and I want to speak my truth, and I want to share this, like. So I'm going to share one energetic technique with you, and you guys can feel this in your frequency. I'm not sure I'm willing to show up unapologetically, Aaron says, and relentlessly, because I think it will compromise my freedom and flow. Ooh, I would love to go deeper with that. I don't want to let myself down. So this is going to be a great conversation, Aaron, because tomorrow we're going to talk about disappointment. We're going to get into some feminine energetics. I've gotten so bold. I'm really starting to find my own voice. It's powerful, and I see it. And 5-1 manifester, like Cynthia, yeah, I feel it. Totally comes to duality, but I'm handling things so different. Like, I got this. Yes, personal power. Okay, I'm gonna just get back here. Is personal power also a trait or human design? So you can talk about like willpower, like in the defined heart. People with defined heart have a little bit more willpower, but I seriously, I love human design, but at the end of the day, you can override anything. And what I mean by that is ultimately your beliefs, your willingness, your energetics, your frequency, it's going to be sent to you whatever it is that you're open for. Like if you really say like I can handle anything, God's like, "Okay. You're in, you're energetically in. I'm going to send you the things." So I love human design, but it's not here to limit you. Yes, there's gifts that we have for sure, but anybody can cultivate personal power. There are millions and billions of celebrities doing massively successful things that don't have a defined heart. So it's like we don't want any excuses. We don't want any excuses. Like personal power is a choice. I'm willing, all in, energetically, because that's what it takes. But if there's anything like, I don't know if I want to feel that, that's the block. That's the block. Right. So I want you to practice this. So I talk about this a lot. I actually did a live stream about this, but a really powerful frequency energetic technique that I use all the time whenever I feel a little bit resistance, like I'm about to go and do a really big investment, or I'm about to talk about something, or I'm gonna, my earring just fell out, or I'm gonna do something, and I feel a little resistance, like, oh, but what if this thing happens? I want you to play the what if spiral up game. And what this is most of the time when we have a little bit of a fear, we spiral down with the what ifs, okay? So instead, what I would love for you guys to feel, and you can practice this next time you have a resistance or fear, instead of you start contemplating, oh my God, then I'm gonna have to get a job, and oh my God, what if this happens? Spiral up in your what if. Notice how your frequency changes. So most of the time we spiral down, like, oh my God, what if this happens, what if this happens, but instead spiral up. So you feel the fear, you feel that impending doom, right? Like, oh my God. And so you say, but what if this turns out better than I can imagine? What if I receive a miracle? Like as soon as you start saying, you can say it with me. Do you feel your frequency start to rise? Do you feel your energetic shifts? So you're impending doom, but then all of a sudden it's like, but wait, what if I receive a miracle today? Miracles happen all the time. What if it turns out better than I imagine? What if this is the biggest launch of my life? What if this is the biggest leap of my life? What if today I bump into the love of my life? What if Alina's Goddess Code is a life-changing code that I've been looking for my entire life? What if this program actually shifts my identity? What if my life turns out better than I could even imagine? What if the best is yet to come? What if today I receive a miracle? What if today one of my client introduces me to someone in their network and 200 people buy and I have a six-figure day? What if, do you feel it? Because I get goosebumps right away when I start doing that. It's the what if spiral up. What do we do mostly? We spiral down and our frequency shrinks. We are totally in the heavy emotions. And you can think about like anxiety, stress, fear. It's heavy energy. So your aura shrinks. You're closing it off. God, universe is like, open the door. You're closed off. So what if? What if this is the greatest launch of my life? What if I meet the love of my life? What if today I channel the greatest idea? What if I channel something that's a breakthrough body of work that no one's talking about? What if today someone buys my book and I have $1 million day? What if I have $1 million day and today's the biggest my like as soon as you start doing that, do you notice your frequency go up? This is one of the like I have so many different processes that I'm going to take you guys through because something in my body of work is yes, I teach, but I want you guys to feel things in your body because transformation happens when you feel things. It's not in your mind. So if you're constantly taking notes, you're missing things, you're not letting it hit. I speak to your heart and I'm going to be speaking to your frequency, especially in Goddess Code and this other course that I'm going to be creating. I was going to call it energetic intelligence, but that's a trademarked thing. So I think it might be called frequency work. I don't know. It's gonna be something in the We Go First membership, a mini thing. So for those of you in Goddess Code, you're gonna get that. But I'm gonna start bridging that huge body of work into Goddess Code because I want you to feel things. We are an energetic being. We are a frequency. And so when you're doing the what if you can start feeling your frequency rise, you're doing frequency work, you're doing energetic work. This is the stuff that changes our life. So next time you have an impending doom, like your soul is like, hire this person, do this thing, go live today, talk about this new idea, launch this thing, go to the grocery store, maybe the dream partner. But then you're like, but what if it? But then it's like, but what if? What if it works? What if today, like this has happened to me in my business. Like we think sometimes we need millions of followers to make a lot of money, or we need like all these new people coming in. I've had twice in my career one person tell their network about me, and like 10 people join, 20 people join. It's like a five-figure day, multiple five-figure day. Like this happens all the time because I'm always like, what if? What if? It's not about the numbers. I don't play the algorithm game. I don't care about numbers. I'm just like, but what if? Imagine if my best client shares me with everybody. What if a company, that they work for tells their boss and like they put like their whole team through my sales program? Like, what if, what if, what if? Just notice how that raises your frequency. This is frequency work. Spiral up. What if? I'll have to catch the replay. I love you. I love you. I'm so happy you're here. I'm gonna have to cut those later. This is what I want you to do. Notice it. This is the real true game of this is the work, guys. It's not what you do, it's not what you say, it's who you're being, it's your frequency, it's your all inness. It's the like, I believe no matter what, I have faith without evidence. This is how you align with the energetics. We are the creators of our alignment, and we also create our misalignment when we decide to spiral down. That's how you continue to create your misalignment. You feel the frequency of fear, you feel the resistance, and you keep entangling with it, spiraling down, spiraling down, spiraling down. That's how we create our misalignment because we actually choose to stay there instead of, whoa, I'm feeling the resistance. Let me play the what if spiral up game. Let me change my frequency. Let me go call my mentor so I can attune to their frequencies. That's another beautiful thing is we calibrate, we sync up. The more you're in my close proximity, the more you're attuning to my frequency. We don't need words. You're on my frequency. So while a lot of you, even Megan came on here, she's like, this is divine timing. Every time you talk about something, I'm like talking about it too. I'm like, because we're attuning to each other's frequency. This is something that happens. Like ladies, we don't just sync up in our periods. We don't just sync up with the moon. We attune to our frequencies. Maybe I'll call it attune. I don't know. Try to think of a new name for this frequency word program. Attune. I don't know. We'll see. Things are coming. But if you're in Goddess Code, you're gonna get this magical course too. So we create our misalignment by entangling with fear, by staying in the misalignment, by spiraling down, and then also by numbing out. Okay, I'm not feeling good. Let me go chase a high. Let me go shove some cookies in my mouth. Let me go have some wine. Let me go scroll. Let me go watch reels to laugh. You're closing your frequency when you do that. Every time you numb out, you close your frequency. Reaching for a temporary high, good feeling that's temporary is not the way. We want to do frequency work. There's something better coming. This is so true. I just turn on YouTube and there isn't an event and it so aligns. If there's an event, yeah, right? So our frequency field, it's like it's always attracting things. And our alignment and our frequency, it's like if you stay with the like, I have trust without faith. What if this works? What if this is the greatest day of my life? What if I have the greatest launch of my life? And you keep the doors open to more, you're open to miracles because miracles happen all the time. And we also do got to get real with ourselves. The human meat suit, okay? The human is living, it is attached to the consciousness, right? And so we do pick up people's stuff. We catch feelings, we catch people's fears, we get impacted by things, but ultimately like this is why I'm talking about like don't put things on a pedestal because it's inevitable to be a human without experiencing duality, without experiencing pain. Your YouTubes from programs are a lifeline. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And Jackie's a beautiful example of like I don't chase people. And I think you found me on YouTube, right? And she just found me on YouTube, binged me all night, then joined a $2,220 mastermind last month. Then she joined Inner Circle with me for a full year, like just found me out of nowhere because when we're ready, the people that are on our frequency, we attract them. Even in sales, when I teach it, guys, I'm like, oh my God, if you could just trust and work with energetics instead of the whole like, let's push people, let's chase people. Because also when you're chasing people, you don't trust that things can be sent to you. But we really do just find our people when we're open to it. But if you're numbing out, you're shoving your soul down, you're not opening up your frequency, you're spiraling down, you're creating your own misalignment by staying there. That's why you keep spinning your wheels and keep attracting things that are not aligned for you. Our alignment, our frequency has to stay open. You got to keep the doors open. You got to say, universe, God, I'm ready no matter what happens. But there will be challenges. But the challenges and the tests are the opportunities for you to lean into your personal power. You're being tested. Let's strengthen the personal power before I send you more people. Let's strengthen the faith. Let's strengthen the trust because you hold the keys. You know, and faith and trust, like those are big conversations we're going to have tomorrow because day 2 is going to get even better. But personal power is like it's also here. Personal power is not just like I do what I said I was going to do no matter what. It's also your beliefs. Personal power is also I realize I have limiting beliefs and I need to change my beliefs about this. So in the coaching world, every time you say this, I realize that I don't know how I found you either, right? How did we find each other? But we're a match. And here we are. And Katie has been a private client of mine twice. She's in my membership. She's been in my world forever. And like, and I love you. And like, I love all the people in my world because I'm so authentic at my frequency. You're authentic in your frequency. We ain't just, here we are. It's amazing. This is what we have. This is why I trust so much in this work. So coming back to this, personal power is I do what I got to do no matter what. And it's also, I notice when I have a limiting belief and I change my beliefs about this. This is personal power because there's 2 types of coaching that you can get. You can get circumstantial power coaching or you can get personal power coaching. I always go with the personal power coaching because, well, everything we attract is a byproduct of who you really are. So circumstantial coaching looks like this. Let's say your belief is that you need to be high vibe and happy and feel well in your body to attract money. But let's say you've been waking up lately super lethargic, you like maybe going through menopause, you're not feeling good physically, you have no energy, you're stressed about money coming in because your belief system is if I'm not high vibe, I can't attract money. If I'm sick and I'm low vibe, I can't attract money. If this is your belief, which is a bunch of crap, by the way, the personal power is this is a limiting belief and I choose to change this. If I believe that when I am sad, sick, low energy, I won't make money because someone told me I need to be high vibe, then the circumstantial coaching would be get energy, start feeling high vibe. That's circumstantial coaching. Change the circumstances. Get better, sleep more. Let's get better ASAP. Let's get high vibe ASAP so that you attract money. That's circumstantial coaching. Personal power coaching is I need to change my beliefs about this because it is so not true. There are so many people who are sick, going through things and still making so much money. And I know because some of my biggest launches and most miracle money months and all the things were when I was not feeling good, when I was really sad and definitely not high vibe. Miracles can happen when you're sad. As long as your frequency is, I believe that God's got my back no matter what. I believe the universe provides no matter what. This is the issue. This is another limiting belief in manifestation. We keep hearing be high vibe, be high vibe. And when we hear high vibe, what do you actually think that means? I want to know. What do you think high vibe means? Do you think it means happy? I believe that also we track who we are. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. This is why the more personal power you have, the more you're going to attract clients that have personal power. The more you're open to receiving a lot, the more you're also going to attract people who are open to do this kind of work. So a lot of people think high vibe means be happy, be energized, be a little Tigger from Winnie the Pooh. It's not about being happy. That's not what be high vibe means. High vibe, it means actually like big vibe, which means no matter how I'm feeling, no matter what's happening, I still have faith. I keep my frequency field open to receive no matter what because I have faith. I believe in God. I believe in myself. I believe in my mission. I have faith. If it was actually true that high vibe means you have to be happy to manifest, I wouldn't be here. And I can tell you there would be a lot of people that created amazing things in the world that would not be here. J.K. Rowling, Walt Disney, these are people that came from poverty, had nothing. Like I had like a shit ton of debt, like a lot, like 80K something debt. I was in a low income apartment, heartbroken, single mom, and I wasn't high vibe, but I had big vibe. I'm like, I believe in myself. I believe in this mission. I believe in my body of work. I believe in this. And I'm going to keep showing up until the right people find me on my frequency. I believe in miracles. I believe God's my back. I believe God provides for this mission. God cuts my paycheck. I believe in potentiality. I believe in miracles. I have faith without evidence. I guess I've thought I can't coach if I'm high vibe, which ends up meaning no money. No, no, no. And for some of you, I think, was it like last year? I think it was the limited edition masterclass. The first one I was high vibe because I was like feeling good because I'm a naturally like enthusiastic person. I'm a man gen. My throat chakra's gate 16. I come in with enthusiasm. But I remember that after that live stream, I started puking, like all, like just so sick. I was like, oh my God, what happened to me? And I was almost, and I've never canceled the masterclass or a call, but I was like ready to be like I'm puking, like I don't know what to do. But then the last 2 hours, I wasn't. I was not feeling good at all. But I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? Lay on the couch and be bored? I might as well just go do this thing. And I showed up so powerfully. I attracted so many amazing people. I was not high vibe, but I was big vibe. Here I am in my power. Like my words and my body of work and my connection to God shouldn't matter if I'm happy. It's like I'm here. I believe no matter what. I have faith without evidence. When I hear high vibe, I hear full of energy bouncing off the walls, really in. And it's not that at all. And I think I've thought of high vibe as energetic and happy. A lot of us do, but it's think of big vibe. Like your frequency is still, I believe no matter what, I'm connected to God, source, the universe. I have faith without evidence. Because I know so many people who go through surgeries and have all this stuff and they're still manifesting money because their belief isn't. But if your belief system really is, I have to be high vibe to attract money, you attract exactly that. So personal power is also being willing to change your beliefs because I'll tell you guys something, all truths exist. It's really what do you believe? What do you really believe? That's ultimately what decides what you attract. And another big piece of this too is calibrating, attuning to another mentor's frequency, someone who walks no matter what, that really helps you to like attune your frequency. So if you're feeling like, I don't know, it's like plug in. A lot of my clients would tell me I'm like their an energetic insurance policy. It's like for those of you in my membership, it's like whenever they're feeling down or whatever, they're plugging into my stuff and they get like, whew, they attune my frequency. They're like back in alignment. Mentors are amazing. Like I'm not like better than you. I'm walking with you. And I might be a couple steps ahead, but we're walking together. I'm your ally. Like I'm your mentor, but I'm your ally. I want to do this with you. And so if I keep going because I have personal power and you're feeling wobbly, come in, come attune. We attune to each other's frequencies. But this is the thing is people don't want to do this. They want to be fixed now. Most people are looking for circumstantial coaching. They're like, let's change the circumstances instead of teaching people personal power, frequency work, emotional intelligence, walk through the duality, move through the discomfort, change your belief system. It's the same as wanting to receive healing. You aren't healthy now, but you have faith that healing will come. Yes. And then also making sure you freaking love yourself because I just finished up the Love Yourself First course, and I was saying too, it's like this is also in the Bible, but God helps those who help themselves. And so it's like you want to manifest health and a sexy, fit body, but you're constantly damaging it. Like, would God, universe, really want to waste time and energy helping you fix a body that you hate, that you do not love? Like this is why my membership is called We Go First, because it's like you make the first move and God's going to come and support. You take care of yourself, you love yourself, God comes and supports you. I also believe everything that we're talking about today, that personal power is also that I love myself so much. I am not willing to get to the end of my life full of regret. I'm not willing to get end of my life getting mad at myself that I didn't do the things because I was afraid of whatever could happen. Like I'm not willing to do that. And I really do believe the people who go all in their life and they go after their desires of their heart, they hire the coach, they do the things, they launch the business, are people who love themselves so much. They're not willing to keep their soul trapped in the meat suit, in the fears. It's like, let's go. Being in your mastermind this summer for 2 months kept me high vibe, proximity's personal power. Yes, it is. Like your mentors are this is how we calibrate. We attune to each other's frequencies. I'm your energetic insurance policy. You will not forget your power if you're connected to me. And if you're looking for something lower like something that's not too expensive. I have a membership called We Go First. It's $111 a month, and there's a new course every single month. And as soon as you get in there, you get to binge like thousands worth of courses and programs on everything: money, influence, energetics. And now there's going to be this frequency version coming. And so that's somewhere else you can start if you're not ready for something bigger. But if you do Goddess Code this round, you're getting that frequency course, maybe attunement. I don't know. See, this I play around with names until I feel like the sacral. Let's go. So a lot of people are looking for circumstantial coaching. They're like, tell me what to do. How should I look? How should I dress? What's the strategy? Change the circumstances. And I believe in personal power. Change your inner core. Let's strengthen the inner core. Let's change your beliefs. Let's have faith. Let's connect with God. Like the soul is limitless. Let's believe in miracles, potentiality, how to surrender, how to trust, how to allow support. Like, I don't hustle. Why would I hustle and work so hard when I know God's got my back? Like, this is the kind of conversations I want to have with you in Goddess Code. Believing no matter what, changing our beliefs. 111, be brave. So I've had huge money stones and business milestones in my lowest of energy, in my not happy times, but I have power to keep believing in miracles and potentiality. I love myself enough to keep pursuing the things. I have trust. I have faith without evidence. I will move through the pain because I'm going to be stronger. And I know how to lean back and connect with God and get that support. Like we're all connected. I have the most incredible analogy. Like I want to share it now, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow. The most amazing analogy around being connected to God. Maybe I'll take you guys to another frequency. I believe in miracles. I love this so much. I've been connected to you consistently all year rather than in and out. My life has changed more in the last 9 months and quicker than ever has, Cynthia. Oh my God, I love you. Oh, and I'm so excited because you've been in my life for 9 months and there's a whole new body of work coming. So there's so much coming, guys. I'm so excited. And I can't wait to show you guys the branding. So it's not, so just remember this, okay? High vibe does not mean high energy. It does not mean be happy. It means big vibe. It means personal power. I believe, I have faith no matter what. I believe in miracles. I believe in potentiality. I trust. I surrender. I connect with God, the universe, and I keep doing what I got to do. Leaning back is also good for us too. you know, for those of you who are new to my world, like I started this coaching business on the back end of a heartbreak, two little babies under 4. I didn't know what I was doing in my business. I had so much debt. This was like a low income 2 bedroom apartment. Like you could ask Adam. He thought that I was hiding something because I wasn't willing to bring him to my apartment because I just felt like embarrassed by it, but I wasn't bouncing off the walls. But I was like, I believe, like my soul kept calling to do this. I believed in God, the universe. I believe like there's no way my soul's wanting to do this if it's not meant for me. There's just no other reason we have these desires. But we just have limiting beliefs and we don't understand the whole human and the emotions and stuff like that. And so we think that it's unsafe, but like you are so safe, and I trusted, I had faith, and I leaned back and I got the support that I needed, and I allowed for things to come. I kept my frequency door open. I didn't push things. I just allowed them. Circumstances will not be happy all the time, but personal power will take you anywhere you need to go. And especially when you're willing to go on a mission, on a quest to go crack the codes of the desire of your heart, whether it's visibility, wealth, influence, the love of your life, being a parent, it's going to require you to grow. Any growth that we want has discomfort. There is going to be some pain, but it's okay. For those of you who did Lead Yourself First with me, I talked about how, like, especially as females, like it's been proven in our DNA that anytime we were going to birth something, there was going to be some pain. Women are coded with pain codes. We really are. And so to grow our capacity to hold more is to also increase your pain tolerance. But you're designed for that because even to have a baby means some discomfort, but you can handle it. God, universe gave you the body, gave you the codes. It's in your DNA, especially as a woman, which most of you are here as women. We are coded with pain codes. If you like, I should be a personal trainer too. And you can't grow a muscle without discomfort and pain. Just like you can't grow a business without some discomfort. Going live, I thought I was gonna like pee myself. I was so nervous. Anything you want to achieve that's new comes with some discomfort, but that's how we were born. Like your first like year is like you're useless. You can't walk, you can't talk, you can't feed yourself. There's learning curves and everything. There's discomfort, but you get back up and you keep going just like you would tell your kids, try again until you get it. And when you go through the pain, you got to remind yourself, like, I'm going to be okay. I've been through things. I'll be okay. Whenever we, like, if you notice, like, you'll look at some people and you'll be like, you'll look at some people and they're doing big things, and people will say things like, yeah, but they're just so confident. Is it really confidence? Or is it personal power? Is it confidence, or is it the fact that those people are willing to be judged, have expectations projected on, but they continue to be like uncomfortable going to pursue the things that they want because they know they're going to be okay? I really don't, confidence isn't like, here I am, so confident. Confidence is like, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. No matter what, I'll be okay. That's confidence. It's personal power, the knowing that I'll be fine. I'll get back up and figure it out. Like, my identity is like, I'll figure it out. I always have. Like, for those of you in human design, I'm a 6 line. 3 lines. Anybody who's a 3 line here, 6 line, like the whole thing, the whole life was a trial and error. Figure it out. Oop, that didn't work. Someone gave me a step by step, still didn't work. It's like there's no failure though. It was just lessons, just ways to do things. But power and confidence is, no matter what happens, I'll be okay. I still love myself and I'll figure it out. This is why Goddess Code is so life changing, because it teaches you personal power, emotional intelligence, frequency work, the inner game of power, feminine energetics, learning how to trust, co create with the universe, attraction. Like, as females, we really don't have to work that hard. We need to learn how to attract. You're pushing all the times, you don't allow things to come to you. So faith, surrender, frequency work, this is what's so powerful. And a lot of people will tell you, but feminine energy is so like, it's so like, just like it's not powerful. They think it's like you're a sissy or something. And it's like, are you kidding me? Feminine energy is the strongest thing. Like, I'm sorry, the goddess, the goddess within you, your feminine energy is the strongest thing about you, because it's surrender, it's faith without evidence, it's trust, it's being willing to put yourself out there no matter what happens. It's emotional intelligence. Your goddess is the one that whispers to you, like, you got this, it's okay, don't worry about what they say. Keep going, it doesn't matter. Like, it's the brave part of you, it's the courageous part of you, it's the trust. The goddess is the strongest. Feminine energy is so strong. It's all surrender, the power, the courage. And the more you actually strengthen that part of you and you learn how to allow versus pushing things to get things, the easier things come to you. Because masculine energy is like, I make things happen. I make people fall in love with me. Versus feminine energy, I allow things to happen. It seems a little hard at first, but once you really learn how to lean back and learn how to attract, life becomes so much more simpler. You don't have to work so hard when you know you're supported. And that's a big piece that we're going to talk about tomorrow. I love this. I believe in miracles. Hello, Jamie in the house from Texas. We got a mind blown by Dominica. Love it. Oh my gosh. So this is what I want you guys to come in for. If you've never done Goddess Code, it's 6 weeks with me. It's a mastermind. It's a full program. And if you've done Goddess Code, some of you guys have done it for 7 years. You can use your alumni for the last time, but we're going into frequency. We're gonna, like, there's a whole bunch of new stuff. Plus, it's gonna be a mastermind too. I want to talk to you guys. My genius, like, yes, I'm great at teaching. I know a lot of stuff. My genius comes in responding when you guys come and ask me questions. It'll be a very sacred thing. And I might bring some cool guest people to come and do some awesome stuff with you. But I want to teach you how to attract and allow and to strengthen yourself. And this work has such ripple effects, because everyone that's connected to you, as you shift into the greatest identity that you can be, being a goddess, emotionally capable, emotionally strong, in your frequency, learning to attract, surrender, trust, everyone around you rises. My kids are such different kids because of me doing this work. They, and my kids, like, they grow up in such a safe house because there's no screaming or yelling or any of that. Like, I'm raising emotionally resilient, powerful kids who are connected to God and the universe. Like, I don't fear for my kids. A lot of parents are like, I gotta do everything. Oh my God, like, they're fix them. It's like, I don't do that because I'm like, I'm raising emotionally resilient, powerful kids. So there's 2 programs, because there's going to be a We Go First code, but that's going to be part of the Goddess Code. But Goddess Code it's a program, but it comes with the mastermind inside of it. So there's going to be lots of mastermind calls. When I go live on Monday, I'm going to launch the branding on Sunday. I'll talk about it and give you guys more details deeply. But it's going to be the bridge into
really moving to frequency work, but we're going to start it there. So it's all the emotional intelligence, attraction, brand new modules, frequency work. And in between Goddess Code, there will be a code dropped. So whether it's called frequency work or attunement, we're going to figure it out. We'll figure it out. But you'll be in that with the We Go First membership. But if you want Goddess Code, the whole program and the mastermind, you can get the alumni because you're an alumni, or you can do it for $388 until Sunday, and then it'll go up to 777. So if you want that link, I'm going to post that link in the high performance coaching community. And if you want it, just reach out, because once the price goes up, it goes up. So you as a parent also, this is so important. For those of you who are like teachers, you have young people under you, you're a parent, it's impossible for you to ever tell your kids that they can do anything, become anything, work through anything if you don't have personal power. Because kids, first of all, they don't listen to you, they watch you. And if you're someone who can't handle your feelings, you lose your shit all the time, you freak out, you get super stressed, you're raising kids that are also going to be very similar to you. Because where we get most of our emotional intelligence and our emotional threshold is our parents. And so you could tell your kids all day long, you could do anything, you can do anything. But if you do not have personal power, they won't believe in anything. But your willingness to pick up new beliefs, your willingness to put down old beliefs, your willingness to work on your emotional intelligence, your personal power, your frequency, your kids, just by watching you, will calibrate, because we really do attune to people's frequencies. And when you lead by example, your kids will know. When we shift, they shift. Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody has a ripple effect from you shifting. And anything that you desire in your life that you want to manifest, the doors you want to unlock to new realities, to new things, the work is you got to stretch your capacity to jump into the unknown, to hold more money, to hold more wealth, influence, pleasure. Like it's even in fitness, it's like if you want a strong back, you got to have a strong core. If you want to have a strong, powerful identity where money, influence, people come to it, you got to work on your emotional core. Money people go where there's power. Money people go where there's faith, because where there's faith, there's power. And money people go to those who continue to walk, who continue to hold more pressure, more responsibility, more projections, and don't wobble. The more you grow, the more you stretch your capacity to hold discomfort, pressure, responsibility, money, the more you're a match for people that just come out of nowhere. And you're seeing my clients say, like, I don't know where I found you. I just found you, because it's a frequency. This is why even in social media, I do not care about the algorithm. I don't play the algorithm. I write from my heart in the frequency of truth, and I trust that the right people are going to find it. And so they do. I have a business in 6.5 years. Not one person has been dissatisfied. There's not been one dispute, nothing like that, because I write in the frequency of truth and the right people find me. I don't push people, and I don't try to be something that I'm not. And I keep it very real, because this is the greatest work on the planet. You can go get circumstantial coaching, but that will only take you so far. And circumstantial people only attract circumstantial people. And when you're closed, you attract people who are closed. And that's why things don't work. But the more you say, I want more money, more clients, and you say, but I'm afraid of responsibility and pressure, and I might fail, and I might look this way, the money doesn't come, the people don't come, the opportunities don't come. Money, influence, power, visibility goes where there is power, where there is faith. So you got to stretch your capacity to hold more. You got to increase your pain tolerance. And you can stretch. Like Daniela here had 5 kids. I bet you the first time she had the first baby, like all first moms were like, oh my God, this is hard. I'm never having another one. This is difficult. And then we have another one. And then we have 3. And then we have 4. And we're like, what was I saying? I didn't have time before. We stretch. And a woman's brain changes when you have a kid too. Like we're built for this. We have pain codes. All of us can stretch. When I started, I had one client for months and months and months. Then I got another client, then another client, and then I stretched. And then I launched my first program called Magnetic Mind. There were 5 people in it. And then it took me weeks to deliver it and weeks to sell it. And then now I have private clients, Voxer clients, 2 memberships, run a course every month that's live, mastermind. I run a program that's live. I do master classes. I have 4 kids and I have a loving partner, and I feel happy and I have time for myself and my own mentorship that I get a lot of. And I'm learning all the time, and I have hermit time. We get to have it all, but we have to be willing to stretch, and your beliefs have to change. You can stretch. And women, we are a freaking force of nature. This is why they keep controlling us, because we're magical unicorns. And when you learn to stretch and have personal power, but then I teach you how to attract and allow and surrender, we do energetic work. It's like, oh my God, like we really get to have it all. There is no choose this and that. We stretch, and diamonds are made under pressure. So it's okay if you feel pressure. You're being morphed into a diamond. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, I said that at first. Yes, you did, because we all did. I'm like, hello, Sarah. I remember I was like, oh my God, I should complain I had no time. This is awful. I'm not having another one. And then I had another one. And I didn't birth four. I birthed two and then my other four. But when I started dating Adam, I'm like, how am I gonna raise four kids? This is so much work, but we're here. And my business is huge and I hold a lot of people. And there's no stress. Is there pressure? Are there circumstances? Are there duality? Yes, but I got this. I'm a bridge. I'm going to be tested. It's okay. I am a bridge for people to cross. I'm an ally. I'm the mentor. Like, I got to, like, diamonds are created under pressure. We can handle pain. We can stretch. We can grow. There is, like, it doesn't matter how old you are, we stretch and we can grow. Like, we can stretch our capacity. And the more we do, the more responsibility comes, yes, but the more money and visibility and all the things come. Like, in order, if you have a calling to be more of something, to do something, to leave a legacy, to have more, you have to let that soul in the meat suit out, to go on an adventure, to go on a quest to crack the codes, because that's why you came here. There is no other reason you have the desires that you have if you didn't have the gifts and the skills and the power to make it come through. And I guarantee you're on my path because we're meant to sync up. There's no other reason you're here if we're not meant to connect. And for those of you in human design, I have a transpersonal dharma. Every single one of you that's here, we were destined to be connected. And only once in my lifetime did I ever go to a psyche, because all these people kept saying, go to her, random people. So I thought it was a sign, and I did. And she said a lot of wild things. But one thing she said to me that stood out was, she's like, you're going to mentor a lot of people, but every single person you mentor and walk with, you shook hands with before you came on this human. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Then human design, I'm like, oh, I have a transpersonal dharma. Wasn't that interesting? So anyone who's a 5'1", 6'2", 5'2", or 6'3", like every single person that's connected to you is karma, good and bad, right? But we clean up the karma here. Be more, give more, be more. Yes. What was I thinking? So you got to let your soul, don't numb out, don't close your frequency, stop playing small. You're closing your frequency. And I know you keep saying, I want more, but then you keep numbing out and you keep playing small and you keep settling and you let the fears take over. The fears are going to be there. The human meat suit has emotions, but like, you got to live with all of your heart and you got to trust whatever feelings come up, you can deal with it because they're just emotions and they will pass unless you spiral down. Like, it's worth it for the memories. It's worth it for also, even if you fail, that at the end of your life, when you're an old little lady, you're like, I did it at least. At least I tried. Live the beauty of this life, because the only thing that you'll regret is just not doing it. And we know this is true. The cliche things we hear, I'm going to remind you of. No matter how hard it hurts, it will be worth the memories. It will be worth trying than being the people that are going to regret everything. When you die, all you have is the memories. That's it. You're not bringing anything else. You can handle pain. Women, we have it in our DNA. And there are things you get to learn and skills you get to pick. And then you get to calibrate to people to learn more things. And I'll teach you more about you than you will learn in a PhD education. And I took psych and I have a BA and I was going to do a master's. And I'm telling you, learn more about yourself and people and Goddess Code than you'll ever learn. My clients can attest to that. We're going deep into the inner work, but then also the fun stuff. It's like a very there's some deep stuff we're going to talk about, but then there's like fun stuff. And then there's a whole new body of work coming. But you can feel hard emotions. You can. Don't worry about feeling sad. Don't worry about feeling disappointed. You're stronger than you think. And I know, thank you so much, Dominica. And I know you can feel hard emotions because you do it all the time. This is our thing as humans, okay? We're very interesting humans because we don't want to feel sad or disappointed or judged or projected on, okay? But the issue is that it's like, it's not the bad feelings, so negative feelings or bad feelings that we're scared of. It's not the fact that we experience them. Our fear is not knowing how long they're going to last. That is actually our fear. It's not the actual experiencing of them. It's like we just don't know how long they're going to last. And I know this is a truth, and I talk about this often in a lot of my emotional intelligence work, but like you don't have issues feeling bad, feeling emotions. And you know why? Because you watch horror movies that scare the crap out of you, that give you anxiety. You watch sad movies like P.S. I Love You till your, lashes fall off. You are willing to put yourself on a roller coaster till you puke. You're willing to bungee jump, skydive, do all of these things that come with anxiety, fear, stress, sadness. Our issue is like, but if I do something and I feel these emotions, what if they last forever? It's like you're not incapable of feeling hard feelings. You're just afraid of like, oh my God, what if they last so long and I'm stuck? But they won't unless you compound them, unless you spiral down. You can feel bad feelings, and you actually like to. Otherwise, you wouldn't watch scary movies and sad movies that make you cry. It's just when it comes to us, we're afraid that we're gonna get stuck in them. But you can't unless you're compounding them. Emotions are energy in the body, and one thing you got to stop doing is anticipating bad things. You know what changed my life is I no longer anticipate sadness and bad things. If I'm not sad, I don't start acting like I'm sad because most people do this as well. Instead, I say, but what if this is the best day ever? What if the next 4 months is the greatest, best months of my life? What if the best has yet to come? What if I meet the greatest dream clients of my life? What if Goddess Code holds all the codes for me and it's what's beyond possible? What if this is the missing key to my thing? What if this masterclass is a catalyst for the next chapter of my life? What if, what if, what if? Do you feel how it changes in your frequency? I always get chills when I do that. That's the work. What if I learn attraction, feminine energy, and trust and surrender, and I don't have to push so hard in my life anymore? And I actually allow support, universal support, God to come in and things start happening with ease. But even if things that are hard happen, I can handle it because I have personal power because I can handle pain. If you know you're meant for more and you desire to have the most incredible relationship with yourself and others, like Goddess Code is going to be such an incredible catalyst. So one of the greatest identity shift. Like I have clients have done it 7 years and like I think the oldest was like 68 years old and often they'll be like, I wish I took this. I wish I knew this stuff when I was younger. I'm like, I know, but you're here now and now you're going to be the matriarch for your lineage for the rest of the women before you, and you're going to see life in a whole new way. You're not just a human having emotions, okay? The human is the meat suit for the soul. There's a soul inside of you that's meant for big things and great things. And if you're on this masterclass here, there's a reason. Come attuned to my frequency. Come be in my world. So I'm going to post a link for the pre-sale. So you're going to get Goddess Code completely half off. I think we're starting October 7th. More details will come. But you're also going to get a couple bonus courses that you can start with. The Art of Feminine Magnetism, Love Yourself First will be in there as well. It's going to be till Sunday, $388, and then it will go up to 777. So it comes with mastermind calls with me. We're going to deepen the work. We're doing all the inner work, emotional intelligence, personal power, frequency work, and all the feminine energetics like trust, surrender, all that magical stuff. And if you're an alumni, reach out. This will be the last year I'm going to do alumni, and they'll be paying full price. And then in between, at some point, because I always do a live course for the We Go First membership, there'll be a little frequency code in there as well. And so if you're in Goddess Code, you'll get that as well. But it's going to be such an awesome opportunity because I'm going to teach you things that are so life-changing. I'm going to take you through processes that are so life-changing, but also you're going to get connected to me. Come ask me questions, come deepen things with me. I always attract the most beautiful containers in my life. So it's $388 pay in full if you want it half off. But there's going to be opportunities, but the draw is not going to come to Monday. So if you want it now, you can keep, if you end up winning 50% off, you can keep it for another course because there's going to be a whole thing. There's going to be new things coming. There's going to be an identity work coming. There's going to be a leadership program at the end of the year as well. So you can use it towards that. But if you don't want to risk it and you want to get Goddess Code half off, jump in. I'll put the link in there or DM me for the pre-sale link. But once I launch the branding and I go live and talk about it, then the price will go up. So I want you to contemplate this before tomorrow's call because tomorrow's call is going to be freaking amazing. We're going to start moving into some feminine energetics. If you think about this, am I still alive? So I'll just wrap it up. I was gonna say, we attract who we are. So if you think about this, and I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs here, if you want to attract brave clients, you got to be a brave person. And this is how we change our beliefs. I always believe in people's power to do crazy, bold things because I was willing to do crazy, bold things. If you want to attract people who are open to learning, open to calibrating, you have to be open in your frequency. If you want to attract people that show up, that do the work, you need to have personal power because we attract who we are. We really, really do. So just contemplate that and to contemplate all the things. And then one of the big pieces too is just contemplate all the desires of your heart. Where are you putting certain things on a pedestal? And you're only wanting them because you think your life will be easy and perfect, and just think, this is why I'm not getting it. So I need to like be okay with duality. And then also look at, I'm asking for things and I'm all in, but I'm not actually fully energetically in because I'm still afraid that, Judy in HR might find out, or my ex might find out, or my mother-in-law might find out, or someone's going to show up and say something, or I'm going to get projected upon, or I'm going to lose something. It's just look at the little energetic blocks because there's always something that we're not willing to do, not willing to experience, not willing to fear that is not allowing us to be fully open in our frequency field. There's always an energetic block. Trust me, if you're an entrepreneur, you know this. Like you're doing all the things, something's not working, it's always an energetic thing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. When's the draw? So the draw will be Monday. The draw will be Monday. So even if you win, like I said, you can keep on that tuition code because I have so many new offers coming at the end of the year that you can use it toward. But if you don't want to chance it, and you want to come into Goddess Code for half off, jump in. And I'll give you the link for $388. I'll also put in high performance coaching community, and then it's going to go up. So this is a mastermind with a program with some bonus things as well. I love to surprise people. There's one thing I do in my world is I love you guys, and every time I'm channeling new things, I want to share it with you because I believe God will constantly source me new ideas and new things because I'm always willing to move it. And here's another thing. For those of you who are entrepreneurs, you want new ideas, move on your ideas. Ideas are alive. And if you don't put them out to the world, they're going to go somewhere else looking for the perfect host. Personal power is like, have this idea and go put it into the world. So excited for this course. Me too. So I'll put the link, but DM me if you want the pre-sale. It's going to change Sunday. Just remember that. That's when the branding launches. And then I'm going to be in a full launch. And this is such an amazing deal because you're going to get a lot of time with me and the most powerful conversations of your life. I can promise you that. So even if you've done Goddess Code, all brand new things are coming. So excited. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll have to teach another 16 routers, some badass skills. I love you. I love you. I love you. So I love you. So continue to share this video. Share the graphic. The draw will be Monday. You'll get 50% off. You might win some mini We Go First courses as well. I have some amazing things to share with you. I love you. I can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a big call, and it's most likely going to be happening in my high performance coaching community. But we're going deep into feminine energetics and trust and surrender and more frequency conversations. So thank you, everybody who's here. Thank you already for everybody who shared. I love you so much. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Have the best day. And I'm going to put the replay up on my YouTube and in my high performance coaching community if you want to go back and re-listen. But really look in. Am I energetically all in? Am I energetically all in? What is it that I'm still avoiding? What is it that I'm still fearing? Okay. Thank you. I love you guys. Okay. Have the best day, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Mwah.